all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to bed.
Hi everyone, this is Chrissy with Everyday Tidbits. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Please hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notifications so that you're notified every time I post, and follow me over there on Instagram at everyday_tidbits because I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube and Instagram family. Welcome everyone. Today I want to talk to you about how everyone's doing. Basically, this is a check-in, a mental health check. I am not a professional in the mental health area at all. However, I can attest that I have been through some traumatic events in my life, and I just want to see how everyone else is doing. If you hear the vacuum in the background, my daughter's room is right above me, and she's vacuuming her room, so that's what that noise is. Anyway, I decided to pour myself a glass of wine. I'm listening to the sound of the rain. It's pouring outside, and it's extremely relaxing to me. So I thought that I would sit on the floor by my Christmas tree, which is also bringing me joy tonight, and just see how everyone is doing. So if you've been following me for a little while, you know that this year, 2020, has been a little bit traumatic for me. In the beginning of the year, I lost my job. I'm a paramedic full-time. I had worked for the company that I was previously with for just about 21 years. And they announced in January that they were closing their doors. And myself and my coworkers and everybody else who works for this company, we were laid off. We were basically kicked out the door. And we were left on our own to go and find a new job. They gave us some links. No, basically they said you can click on this link and apply for a job at another place, and that's basically all they did for us. They're like, well, we're going out of business, click on this link. Okay, I'm back. They basically said, go, you're on your own, time to fly, go find a new job. So luckily in the state of New Jersey, that's where I live, it's kind of paramedics are needed. So it was relatively easy if you had a good resume, a good work reputation, a good work ethic, and good skills. It was relatively easy for us to find another place of employment. We were all divided though. The people and the friends that I had at work, we were all divided into different places. So that kind of stunk to have to adapt to a new norm, and a new employer. And I have to say that I'm very blessed where I landed. I'm very blessed where I landed. I can't say enough good things about the new company where I landed. So I'm pretty happy that a place of low ended up in a place of high. So we had to adapt to new policies, new management, a new, I went into a new area of working. I rotate between two posts. One post I was there before, so I was very happy that I was able to go back to that post, and into another area, my second area that I rotate into, I was pretty much unfamiliar with the area. So I'm still learning, and so far I love it. I really like the people I work for, so they took care of us. But we walked into a pandemic, starting a new job right when COVID hit, and that was a huge adjustment. It was very stressful. They had to kind of throw us into things and teach us fast the ways of the new company. But in the middle of this pandemic, they gave us really good PPE. So I have not gotten sick, and I'm very blessed and hopeful that I won't get sick. So I take very cautious. I'm very cautious at work. I wear my mask, I wear my gowns, I get undressed when I come home so I don't bring the uniform or anything that might be contaminated into the house. So I'm very blessed so far that myself and anybody in my family, we have not gotten sick yet. So that was a blessing. But, going back to losing my job, it triggered a lot of unhappy memories, and it basically like put me into a state where I was feeling a lot of PTSD. Not that I had lost my job before, but I lost my husband, 9 years ago. It'll be 9 years ago on December 13th that I lost my husband. So losing my job felt like not similar, it's just relative. It felt like a huge loss to me. And it basically felt like my stability had been ripped out from under my feet. Like the carpet was just ripped out from under my feet. My stability and my routine and my safety was ripped away from me. And it felt like my safety net and my sense of stability was just ripped out from under my feet. And it triggered a lot of emotions that I had felt when I lost my husband. I felt alone and isolated. And I know that I wasn't alone because hundreds of other employees alongside of me were in the same boat. But it was hard to lean on those people because they had to worry about themselves and their own situation. So I tried to rely on my family, which they were extremely helpful. My mom helped me by looking at my resume and telling me what I should add and sending me links for other places that were hiring that I hadn't seen. And she was very helpful. So I was blessed there. But no one knew truly what that event, was doing to me and my psyche, my mental health. Like, I cried for 4 days straight when they told us that we lost our job, that they were closing. I cried for 4 days straight because I didn't know what to do. I mean, I know what to do. Like, I know what to do. I knew what to do. I knew what I had to do. It was just collecting my courage and mindset to do it. I had to make a resume because I hadn't had a resume. I never had one. I mean, I was 21 years old when I was hired by the company that I had been with. And at the time I was hired, you had to know somebody to be hired for this company. So you really didn't have to collect a resume and put together anything too formal at the time that I was hired. I basically walked into this job, the previous job. I walked into it. And as an adult, I had to make a resume. I had to study interview tactics. I had to, brush up on my skills because we had a written test and we had skill stations, which, I was comfortable with because we did that every year at the previous employer. We had a competency every year. We had a written test every year. So I felt like brushing up and just remembering algorithms and stuff like that, I was okay with that. But practicing interviewing skills, learning what an employer might ask you, trying to talk positively about myself to sell myself was a challenge. But basically you have to sell yourself to the person who's interviewing you to tell them why you're a good candidate for that job. And that was something I had to learn. I had to go buy clothes for an interview. I had to, I had to put myself out there, and I was comfortable. I was comfortable where I was, and I had to put myself out there. So that was something I had to overcome. But, I felt like I was going through a lot by myself, losing my job, figuring out how to put the bread on the table for my kid, which is something I had to deal with when my husband died. I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to push forward? How am I going to put the bread on the table? In a place, in an environment that became very hostile towards me in that time. I stayed with the company I was working for, but the people that knew me at this company, half of them turned their backs on me because my husband also worked there. And when somebody, commits suicide, like dies by suicide, there's always going to be two sides of the story about why it happened, how it happened, and everyone's looking to blame someone, and the closest person to the person who does that gets the blame, and it was me. So I was his wife. So without hearing two sides of the story and believing what you want, I took the brunt of blame for it, and our coworkers, half of them shied away, like they just blatantly turned their backs on me. So it was a hostile work environment, but I stayed there because I had to put the bread on the table. So I had to pick up my pants, move forward, grow a set, move forward, and put the bread on the table. And that's what I did. And I felt like I was thrown back into that situation about, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to do this? How am I going to pick up my pants? How am I going to put the bread on the table? When I'm at rock bottom, once again, that's how I felt. So in a hurry, I just like scrambled a resume together, sent it to my mom. She took a look at it. I added stuff to it. They announced they were closing, and within 2 or 3 hours, I had my first resume and application out. The next morning, I had 2 more out, and I wound up applying to 3 different places and actually got an offer from all 3 places. I interviewed well. I did my skills well. I tested well, and I got offers from all 3. So I pulled through again. And, so that was a very hard beginning of the year. So I dealt with that, and then COVID, scared to death. You've seen my previous videos. If you haven't, go check them out, about paramedics and how we're doing and how we're feeling and how we're dealing. We're all scared. We're still scared. So that's something I'm still dealing with. So mentally, we go to work and we do what we can, and we go home to our families and decon our stuff and ourselves every night. It's still happening. So it's stressful. But another part of like what's stressing me out now is that the holidays are upon us, and this time of year is hard for me because you could see the tree. It's almost Christmas. My husband died 12 days before Christmas, and this time of year is not a happy one for me. So I sit here on the couch, with my wine, watching TV. My daughter most of the time is with me. Sometimes she's not. Sometimes she's, hold on, the doorbell's ringing. I'm back. Would you believe it? It's 7 o'clock at night. It's pouring rain out, and 2 guys just knocked on my door trying to sell me solar. For real. But anyway, as I was saying, most of the time my daughter will sit with me and snuggle. Sometimes she will just be playing her video games, or in the case tonight, she is writing an essay for her ELA class, and she also has CCD in 5 minutes virtually, so she'll be doing that. And then she has social studies homework after that. So I'm on my own tonight, so I figured I would talk to you guys. So there's a lot of people that have a hard time this time of year. Just the loneliness sets in for those of you who don't have significant others. There is memories of loved ones that were lost, and there's financial burden, especially this year, because of COVID and because of people who couldn't work because their businesses were closed. And so I understand that there's a lot of stress this time of year, so for lots of different reasons. And I just wanted to share a few things with you that help me deal with stress. Like today I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I was extremely cranky, on edge, and very short with my daughter, snippy, and just ugh. So I felt overwhelmed. I felt like there was a lot to do, not enough hours in the day, and just no help. My daughter had school, so she couldn't help me today. And now she has homework, and now she has CCD. And so I tried to center myself, ground myself, and say, hey, you can only do one thing at a time. And that's what I want to share with you. You can only do one thing at a time. So tackle one thing at a time. And I know that's easier said than done, but it helps me because there are many days that I wake up feeling overwhelmed, knowing that it's just me and I don't have help most days. So I make the coffee, breakfast, make sure the dishwasher is empty the sink, clear off the counters, wipe them down. If my kitchen's clean, that's a good start. Then, usually the night before, I'll have the laundry started to run in the morning. So when the laundry's done, I switch it over. When it's done, take it out and fold it right away. That's what I did today. Tackled breakfast, coffee. I picked up groceries. I put those away. I basically tackled one thing at a time. But still, I was still like on edge, still cranky, not sure why. I don't know. It's probably because I've been eating like crap because of stress and feeling a little toxic. So I really do need to change my diet, because when I do change my diet and eat better, honestly, I feel better all around. So I would suggest that if you're in a rut and you're feeling like sluggish and crappy and depressed and tired, eat better. I need to take that advice too, because I know for a fact it works, because when I eat better, I feel better. Drink plenty of water. Drink water. Water is the holy grail. Just drink your water. And exercise. I did. I got on the treadmill and I ran for 30 minutes. I ran. And I haven't run in a long time, but I was feeling so overwhelmed and so frustrated and so like cranky and angry for no reason that I got on the treadmill and ran. And I felt so good. And it was hot today. It was humid. It's like 77 degrees in November. And I just ran. And I put something on the TV and I was distracted by that. And I was sweating. And it felt good. It felt really good. If I felt recharged afterwards, I drank a lot of water. I took a hot shower. I put my hair in braids, which I never do. But like, it's a change. It's something different. It redirected my mind into doing something different that wasn't routine. And I felt better. And that's what you guys can do too. Do something out of routine, like change your mind, do something that's not a routine for you to make yourself think differently and go in a different direction with your thoughts, and distract yourself with something different that you don't normally do. Paint your nails if you're ladies, makes you feel better. I haven't painted my nails in months because of the pandemic. I haven't been able to get to my salon, but I've just learned to enjoy painting them for myself. Then I was texting my friends, reached out to a few friends. I poured a glass of wine. I put the Christmas tree on. I made a nice dinner for my daughter and I. We sat and we ate together. And then I'm just like, you know what? I took one task at a time today. I got it all done. I feel a lot better. Showered, exercised. It's time, and I have earned the right to pour myself a glass of wine, sit on the couch, and do nothing for the rest of the night. And listen to the rain, because I love the rain. And I felt better. So I just want to encourage you, and I know a lot of people have reamed me out for this, that, it's easier said than done. I get it because I go through the same thing. When I'm upset and really into like a mood, I don't always want to talk to somebody. I don't always want to reach out and burden myself to somebody. But I have to say that if you're in a really low place, please take the time to at least shoot a text to somebody and say, hey, how are you? Maybe like they'll engage you in a conversation. It'll distract you. Or if you're saying, hey, to a close friend or family member, I'm not doing so well. Can you talk to me? Can you come over and sit with me? Can you, please reach out, because I wish my husband had done that, because he's not here, because he felt the need that he couldn't reach out to somebody when he was at a low place. And I would not wish that on anybody. I don't wish, the destruction it left behind, what we're all dealing with still today because of that. So if you're in a place where you're feeling helpless, please pick up the phone and reach out to somebody, or go for a walk and walk to someone's house and like say, I need somebody, I need to talk, I need something, because I'm sure not anybody would say, hey, get out of here. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to talk if you needed it. So I just wanted to let you know that if you're feeling down and upset this time of year, you're not alone. And I hope that no matter what you're going through, it gets better. And I hope that everybody can find a way to enjoy this holiday season despite any issues that are going on in your life, and know that you're not alone. And comment below, let me know how you deal with stress, how you deal with the days that you're not feeling yourself, and how you pull yourself out of a rut when you're just not feeling it. Because I would like to know, and I'm sure other viewers would like to know, and we can all help each other out. That would be great. There are resources. I will link some down below for you if you are unsure or you truly don't have a family member or a friend to reach out to, or you don't want to reach out to a family member or a friend. You'd rather reach out anonymously. That's fine too. Just make sure that if you do need the help, that you get it. So anyway, I hope everyone's being safe. I'm going to tell you again, wash your hands often. Don't touch your face, mouth, nose. We don't want to spread this germs. Wear your mask. We need to be together right now. And the world is in total chaos at the moment with the election and with the pandemic and the rioting and everything else that's going on. We're in total chaos right now. So if you can make yourself, your house, your home, your little family, your cocoon, a happy place, do whatever you can. Put the tree up. Like, it's November, in the beginning of November. My tree's up. I don't care. You can judge me, but this is what's making me happy. It's what's making my daughter happy. Light a candle. Put your diffuser on. Listen to Christmas music in October. It doesn't matter. You have to do what makes you happy. Just whatever you have to do to make yourself happy, do it. And don't pay attention to anyone else. Don't let anyone judge you. Anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notifications, like I said. Follow me on Instagram at everyday_tidbits, because I'd love for you to stay with me on my journey through life. Hope everyone's being safe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.
Come let us